Jeepers Creepers! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gravity Throttle Racing, and we're glad you're here for the Great Sand Dunes.
That's right, fans. We're sorry to keep you waiting as we finished up the El Camino Beano tournament, but here we are with the last of the group races. This is Richard Gere.
And my name is Aaron Take.
We've already had 6 groups that have raced and 12 drivers that are moving on. What about groups 7 and 8?
Well, first up, we have the number 7 seed, Ironbeard Customs, and check out the driver. Danny McNugget is driving that Jeep J10.
It's Danny.
Whoops. Next up, you're looking at one very gorgeous Jeep Commando from Rabid Badger Racing, and Deacon, who took 4th place in the El Camino Beano, is ready to roll down the sand dunes. Now here we have a newbie, the number 23 seed from Operation Diecast, Captain Chaos is driving a 4x4. And then finally, we know this one, it's Racel Racing, the number 31 seed, and Sparky Racer. He's driving one of those old forward cab Jeeps.
All right, it's great to have these drivers here. Captain Chaos, he's going to be on the outside. Then Deacon, Sparky Racer in that forward cab, and Danny McNugget's closest to us as she comes out of the blocks quite fast, ahead of the others, and she's first to enter the sand dunes. There's quite a battle going on behind her, but she stretches that lead. Look at her go through the pretzel turn, and the cameraman's going to wait for the others. Okay, we've got Deacon in his Commando taking second. Oh, a little bit of crashing and bumping. Danny's going to take first. Oh no, and there's Sparky Racer. What happened to him? Aaron, help us out.
Let's go to the bloody replay, and wow, Danny is really moving fast. But now, Sparky Racer, that's where he gets into trouble, as he is stranded on the top of one of the dunes. Now, Commando man, that's Deacon, he's ahead of Operations Diecast, Operation, singular, Diecast, and Captain Chaos has to settle for 3rd place. As that duck really gets smacked, Danny Nuggets takes 1st place and adds a point for landing on her wheels. Deacon has 3, and now we're getting ready for race 2.
Yes, indeed. Okay, folks, so Deacon now pulls to the outside lane, and there's Sparky Racer, Danny McNuggets, and Captain Chaos is close to us. Once again, Danny McNuggets pulls out. There we see her hopping over that log and first to the sand dunes. And looking on the outside as the Commando, driven by Deacon. Nicely done on his part. He seems to be in 2nd place right now. But Danny McNuggets, she is just dominating this race so far. Here comes the Commando. 2nd place goes to Deacon. Operations Diecast in 3rd, and Sparky Racer in 4th. Ooh, we have a big clobber. Billy hits his own train.
Yeah, he sure does. And let's go back now. There's Danny. And here come the other drivers, and they're not going slow, but Danny just seems to be that much faster. There's a great overhead view that shows you. And Deacon comes in for a close second. Now let's see who hit the train, and it was Danny McNuggets. That's going to be wonderful. Danny has a 1st place finish plus 2 more points for hitting the train, and now has almost double the score of Deacon.
That's very impressive. It is very impressive to see Danny McNuggets, and it's really here at the start where she is able to capitalize with her speed over these bumps. Here she goes. And once again, she's pulled out in the lead. The others are close behind there. You see Deacon pull into 2nd place. But so far is no match for Danny McNuggets. And spinning around is that Commando. But here come the other drivers in 3rd and 4th place. Ooh, and they're going to share the caboose together, or the coal train together.
Well, the good news, race fans, is that all the drivers are finishing, and there you watched Deacon pull right by. Here he comes backwards. And there's Captain Chaos. There's Sparky Racer in 4th place. And so at pretty even, 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's 1. That's quite a finish, though. No extra point this time for Danny McNuggets, but a 1st place finish puts her at 18. Deacon is 2 points ahead of Captain Chaos, who lands on his wheels.
Here we have race 4, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Sparky Racer close to us is really the only one that is out of the competition now. Let's hope for the best for him as he is off. And right now, Danny is looking good, and take a good look at Operation Diecast and Commando. They're the ones that are really side by side. Now, Deacon pulls ahead, and the camera's going to follow those two. And right now, Deacon, Deacon has slid off the track. There's a crash there. Here comes a delayed response as Captain Chaos throws it in reverse. He's going to finish in 2nd place, and he's also on his wheels. Oh my.
Yeah, let's begin with Captain Chaos. There you see him spin around backwards, and he slowed way up and then made his way down. That was the reason for the delay. And now here in slow motion we see Deacon losing it as he comes down the valley. Of course, Sparky Racer is just gonna have nowhere else to go. And by the time they settle down, there goes Captain Chaos. Danny McNuggets takes first. But taking second place is Captain Chaos. And that plus landing on his wheels, he and Danny will be moving on to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, congrats to them, and and a bloody race it was.
Let's begin now with Group 8, the final group. And we start with the number 8 seed from 4114 Racing. You're looking at Reaper in that really cool-looking Wrangler. Next to him is the number 27. The number 24 seed from Polk County Diecast, Willie G drives that Commando. Now here is a familiar face, the number 16 seed, the Essex Boys. Strike is driving a Gladiator, and that is a Gladiator football team from England on the side. And then finally, the number 32 seed, squeaking into the race, we've got the Old Sarge Race Group, and Sarge, he's driving that Matchbox Gladiator.
All right, the top two, they're going to be moving into the Sweet 16. We've got 2 slots to fill. And here's the green light, off we go. Very even now through the woodsy section. I'm watching Willie G pull out in the lead there. In lane 4, he's looking great over the dunes. Oh, a little bit of a bouncing up and down, but he recovers just beautifully. Reaper is right there. And look at that, Willie G flying right over. In third place is the Essex Boys, and fourth place is Sarge. Willie G, look at that. Willie G has stopped Billy's train, although that looks kind of funny.
Well, Richard, the reason it looks funny is because he actually hit Billy's train while it was not moving. It still counts, though. Take a look at how he just climbed right over the walls there. And one more view. There goes Willie G straight for the finish line. Essex Boys are really riding our half pipe. And there, that little bump into the caboose, it still counts. Willie G has 7, and he's in the lead, followed by Reaper with 4. 3 of the 4 vehicles land on their wheels.
Well, that's a good start. We got all 4 finishing. Race 2 is underway. Strike is there on the outside, and closest to us, of course, is Willie G. Reaper has a good start. I can just see that from the get-go. Look at how close those 3 drivers are. And now Willie G holds the lead, slight lead over Reaper. Oh no, now Reaper's going to pull ahead. Wow, what a race. And it's Willie G that holds the lead, but he's and they crash out, and here comes Essex Boys. Strike is going to finish in first. And anybody else? It's awfully quiet.
Hey, Richard, you just got through saying that all 4 finished, and I think you jinxed them because watch what happens. Now here, of course, is that very close race. It spins out Reaper, but here we see Sarge. He gets sliding sideways and rolls it over. His race finishes early. And of course, this is where Reaper collides with Willie G, and 6 more points are given to Strike. He has gone from third place all the way up to the lead.
You know, Aaron, I'm thinking of one of those proverbs about having fortune, and I think I'm coming up with a blank, but Strike definitely got the fortune of being at the right place at the right time. He has the lead, but he's falling back now this race. Look at the way Reaper and Willie G, they were just side by side. Now Willie G pulls on ahead. He has been very fast in his Commando, coming through in first. Reaper's going to come through in second. Well done on their parts. How about the others? Here comes Strike. He noses it forward, and Sarge is right behind him.
Watching these races in slow motion helps you appreciate just how beautifully they ride. Oh, wow, there's a wheelie. That was a Willie G wheelie. Now he takes the lead. Now here comes Strike, and he is spun around, a full spin, 360, and he manages to keep going. That's important for him because, again, he has the lead. Neither of the first 2 drivers land on their wheels. In fact, none of them do. But Willie G has the lead with 12. Strike is in second with 11.
Yeah, Reaper is behind by 4 points. Reaper's going to be in the far lane. And, he's going to have to figure out a way to get ahead of Essex Boys Strike. Well, so far he's looking pretty good, but the real spoiler in this case is Willie G. And that's because he keeps picking up first place finishes, and right now he's just ahead of Reaper. And he's coming through beautifully. Look at the way he's accelerating. First place for him. Reaper in second. Now the question is, Essex Boys strike. Here he comes in third place. I think that's going to secure the second spot. Sarge, he never even made it to the dunes, poor guy.
All right, race fans, have you been tracking? Well, I hope you're tracking not just the first two competitors, but here, coming in the picture, will be Strike. And although he's behind Reaper, look at him hold course. And now he'll come up over, there's Reaper. And Reaper's been very fast, but it's that one DNF, and Strike takes advantage. Now here he has quite a ride on the half pipe. He doesn't land on his wheels, but I think that does it for him. Okay, the first two drivers land on their wheels, but take a look. Strike, with the third place finish, holds on to take the second spot.
You've been watching Groups 7 and 8 of the Jeepers Creepers. We flipped the cards so that you can see the final four drivers who have been included, and that's, of course, in Sweet 16 Group 1 and 2. Let's split everything apart here, and you see Sweet 16 Group 1 and 4 on the left, 2 and 3 on the right, but we'll begin with Group 1. We've got Claude Eastwood, Mr. Dark, Willie G, and Strike.
Are you tracking?